Hey there, Meteorologist Paige Noel here to talk about all things going on in the forecast. And we have a lot going on. We have an air quality alert in effect right now. We're tracking a WVLT First Alert Weather Day for strong to severe thunderstorms. And we're tracking that heat to move in. I'm sure you've already felt it today. It's really only going to increase. It's part of our WVLT First Alert Weather Day. Even heading into tomorrow, really focusing more on those storms. So a lot to get into. Let's start with right now. I do want to talk a little bit more about this air quality. We've gotten a couple of questions about it. Here's just a view of it. I'm sure a lot of you are seeing those really hazy skies out there. This is the smoke from those Canadian wildfires once again moving into our region. So that is what we're dealing with today, and that's why you're seeing views like this as you look over into Look Rock. Usually we can see the mountains and we can barely make out some of the peaks there, so it is definitely hazy. We have a code orange air quality in effect right now that's lasting all day today, even heading into tonight. I think it expires at midnight, so it's lasting all day, and it's for a lot of our counties: Knox, Blount, Sevier, Loudoun County, we naming other counties there, Anderson to Union, uppity parts of southeastern Kentucky, Campbell County, Hamlin County, Jefferson County, Granger County. I think I named them all. You guys are all in an air quality alert today. So what that means, the code orange, is that you're in that sensitive category, and we're right there on that line. We got really close this morning to that unhealthy category, but we're in that really high sensitive category, which means that children, older adults, those with heart and lung disease, asthma, y'all just need to limit time outside today. Honestly, it was kind of bugging me. I'm not a child, not an older adult. I don't have any pre-condition or pre-health conditions, but it does kind of bug you if you're outside. So maybe all of us just limit time outdoors today, take it easy, especially with that heat and humidity. It's not feeling great as well. Here's when it's going to start to get better. A lot of questions on this as well. We're going to hang on to that thicker smoke in the air really as we head throughout the day today and even heading into tonight. The good news about this, it does create some kind of nice sunrises and sunsets. If you noticed a sunrise this morning, we'll be looking at a pretty nice sunset later today, and then we are going to continue to see this start to get better ever so slowly heading into tomorrow, that smoke pushing back so it's not too bad towards the plateau in that southern valley, and then all of us getting in on a little bit better of the smoke in the air, that air quality heading throughout the day on Friday. So we should be good tomorrow, should be in that code yellow tomorrow, which is actually pretty typical for us this time of year. So we'll continue to monitor that though heading into tomorrow morning in case some of that smoke lingers before the rain and storms arrives. All right, let's talk about this heat, because that is gonna impact you heading into tomorrow. We have heat indices, or that feels like temperature, into the triple digits or even more. Still feeling like the upper 90s, closer to 100 on Saturday. Sunday, we kind of see those come down as we are tracking more rain and storms, so it's going to be a little bit rainier, not going to get as hot or humid heading into Sunday. I mean, it is still humid, but we won't see those heat indices getting up to those triple digits by Sunday. So that first alert in effect really for those rain and storms, and definitely for the heat, because if you're outside or work outside, you definitely need to be careful heading into tomorrow. Drink plenty of water, take breaks in the shade, make sure you are cooling off. We have those temperatures feeling like 100 degrees, Knoxville, Maryville, Madisonville. Could be feeling closer to 102 in Athens, 101 in Kingston. This is right during that heat of the day tomorrow, so between that 4 and 5 o'clock time frame. Feeling closer to 96 Crossville tomorrow, 98 Deer Lodge to 100 in Jamestown. Feeling like 99 Oneida to 96 La Follette. Feeling like 95 in Rocky Top. Feeling closer to 100 up in Williamsburg. 98 Pineville. Feeling like 97 Powell Valley to Tazewell. Feeling like 98 in Rutledge. Feeling like 98 Mohawk. 99 there in Dandridge. Feeling like 98 Pigeon Forge. Feeling like 100 in Alcoa. So it is hot. It is humid tomorrow. Keep that in mind. So we're going to see that heat before the storms arrive. All right, so we're tracking multiple rounds of storm. Now here's the thing with some of these storms. We've talked about it, I'd say, over the past week or so, but here's kind of what we call these. We call these MCSs. It's just a type of system they are, and they're kind of hard to track and predict. They pop up, but they pop down very quickly. They move very easily as well. It's a very complicated forecast as we head into the next couple of days. Here's a first one. That one's pushing into Nashville and really just clipping us. So we were right on the money with that yesterday. We talked about it just clipping parts of the plateau, that it could move east. It did stay west, which is good. And then you see that other one that's going to be moving Indiana, Illinois in the next little bit. That's going to start to kind of turn as well, and that could impact us as we head late into tonight and then early into tomorrow morning. And then we're tracking a whole nother system heading into tomorrow afternoon. Again, like I said, it is a little bit of a complicated forecast. We're going to kind of go hour by hour here. I do want to zoom in, just show you that some of us just dealing with some light rain. Cumberland, Fentress County, parts of southeastern Kentucky. I'm not sure really all of that is reaching the ground. We're not even getting in on any of those rumbles of thunder. Those are staying a little bit more towards parts of the plateau, more towards middle Tennessee. So a few rumbles of thunder possible this afternoon, but I do think better chance heading into tonight, and of course even better chance heading into tomorrow. So here's this risk for severe storms today. We are in that marginal risk, the majority of us. It's a 1 out of 5 on that severe weather scale. It does clip parts of the plateau, parts of southeastern Kentucky, so parts of Cumberland to Fentress. That slight risk, that's a 2 out of 5 on that severe weather scale. And you can see the greatest risk for severe weather definitely stays towards the north and towards the west of us. And then tomorrow we have that WVLT First Alert Weather Day, as all of us are in that slight risk. Again, 2 out of 5 on that severe weather scale. Gusty winds, hail, the main threat as we head really into the next couple of days. Let's talk about the next couple of hours. Here's a look at the rest of this afternoon. Do you think we could see just a few isolated showers? Again, this is what we're going to continue to watch closely over the next really couple of hours, especially as we head throughout the night tonight. Few rumbles of thunder there with that system between 7, 8, 9 o'clock. Again, very isolated, not the greatest threat. I do think if we get in on some of those stronger storms, it's moving in throughout the overnight hours. Here's a look at that system moving in. 3, 4 o'clock, maybe could wake you up early. Some models have it moving in a little bit earlier. Like I said, that timing is subject to change over the next couple of hours as we get more of that data in, but just something to keep in mind heading into tonight, that it might kind of be more noisy than anything else. Very isolated, stronger storm possible. 5, 6 o'clock, I do think it starts to push out of here and does start to lighten up as we head throughout those morning hours, heading into your Friday. More isolated before that severe threat really moves in by Friday evening. That's when our WVLT First Alert Weather Day really goes into effect, is for those afternoon to evening storms. So we have those feels like temperatures in the triple digits. We have strong to severe thunderstorms, and especially with that heat and humidity, that is helping fuel some of those storms by the time we get into those later afternoon to evening hours. Gusts up to 50+ miles per hour possible, hail possible. So straight line winds is the main concern with these systems that move in. An isolated tornado cannot be ruled out, but it is those straight line winds that we are tracking heading into your Friday night. So here's the latest timing on that. Here's a look at your Friday. So there's some of those very isolated downpours in the morning, few rumbles of thunder, isolated stronger storm. I do think it's mostly just some general thunderstorms moving throughout the morning. There's the sunshine, the heat and humidity, so it's going to help fuel those storms by the afternoon to evening hours, and we look like we get a break from it for a while. Look at all that sunshine by 3 o'clock tomorrow, and that's when it's going to start to feel like those triple digits. 5 o'clock, banners come on, red banners come on as we start to track the line of those rain and storms. Another MCS system, just kind of a fun meteorology term. You can see that's really starting to push into the plateau. 5:30, 6:30. It's really starting to move closer into the valley there, and that leading edge is going to have some really gusty winds with it, and it's continuing to push down into the region. 7:30, looking more towards the foothills and towards the mountains, and then we'll let go of that first alert. So really between, I would say, 5 and about 8 to 9 o'clock. We've kind of switched this back and forth over the past few days. If you have that WVLT First Alert Weather app, we've been telling you that, like, hey, new track on your first alert. So we've been tracking this very closely. Again, like I said earlier, it's one of those systems, they're really, really hard to forecast, really hard to predict. They change a lot, especially leading up to the event. So just be patient over the next few days. My sister actually called me, asking me about the storms this weekend. Here's kind of a look at the forecast rain coverage, and we're keeping an eye on them closely. Got a 40% coverage Saturday, 60% Sunday. She was asking which day is better to go outside, and I kind of told her we're in this system right now that it's kind of hard to tell. So, just have that WVLT First Alert Weather app with you. Stay prepared, stay informed, and just kind of keep an eye on the weather over the next couple of days. It is pretty active, and things can shift pretty quickly. It has been over the past few days, so we're going to continue to monitor that as we head into tonight. We could even have a totally different track by the time we get into the 4, 5, and 6 a little bit later. Of course, we'll keep you updated through the app and on WVLT News. The good news from all of this is that we do look to dry out just in time for your 4th of July holiday on Tuesday. But if you're trying to make any 4th of July plans maybe this weekend, just make sure you're paying attention to the forecast over the next couple of days. So again, if we need to update that track, we're going to have the most updated track for you starting at 4 on WVLT News. But for now, stay safe, limit time outdoors, and drink plenty of water as that heat and humidity really starts to crank up.